don't. Thank you. And well, thank you.
Yes.
When that takes place, we just say that God's really up to something this time. Those magnificent voices that are bringing us messages that allow us to just go deep in our soul, to allow us just to be at that place where we're supposed to be. Knowing that it shall pass. This too shall pass. We were with you during the time your nieces were going through their experiences. You're with Ricard's family as her grandmother made her transition this morning. We're knowing that there's a greater message that is being delivered to us in many ways. Throughout this entire congregation, there are many messages that are being given to us. And if we are just allowing ourselves to be fully present and awake, then we're able to hear the message that is for us. Because we are the unique individualizations of God. We are what God called forward. Life called us forward. We said yes to come here to make this place a better place. We said yes. Life made its call. And there's no way in which we can deny that call. There's just no way that we can disallow that call from making and being and bearing the fruit that we know that it's calling us to bear. That which we have come here for is to make this world a better place. And in that design that is within us, that stirring that is within us, the original design that we came here to experience is to be fulfilled. We cannot disallow it with His majesty, with His magnificence, with His creative intelligence. We can't disallow it to be revealed. So we have to just open ourselves wide open. Allow that gentle message to be expressed fully through us. Whatever it is. And only you know what it is. No one else does. And sometimes the messages seem maybe a little cryptic because you just really don't understand. You say, well, I got this message or I heard this message, but I don't think it was for me because I didn't understand. But sometimes you just have to just walk a little bit slower to be able to hear what's being said. And I liken this to what happened yesterday. Some of us walked a little bit slower, and we were in attendance with Brother Ishmael Tete. And the reason I say walk a little slower is because if you were like me who were here, you thought we were going to talk about peace. Because that's his message. Peace. And if you've heard Brother Tete, he says that he wants to experience and knows he will experience it in his lifetime. So we just sat here ready for this great message. And the boy starts talking about prosperity. I don't dishonor him by calling him the boy, because that's my use of language. But these great men who have come forward. Brother Ishmael Teste's message was on prosperity. Now, how he weaved that all together, when we thought we were talking about peace, that, of course, and I'm paraphrasing a lot that he said, but you can't have peace when you're in the condition. And he said there are two conditions that we seem to keep working with, and one has to be scarcity, and the other has to be separation. really led us through in so many ways to identify that that which is blocking us has caused us to be less than who we are. And it's the wealth concept that he brought forward. But it just wasn't that, because of course he gives lessons in volumes. And as we were poised with pen and writing and all, he brought forward one thing that struck so strongly for me, is that the message for this month is, it's time for a change. And he brought back so many ideas, not mentioning our theme, but which led to our real theme. You really can't make a change until you know who you are. Because you can make changes. We all make changes. And sometimes it's just like, what is it? Changing the seating on the Titanic. They're just changes. They don't affect you in any real sense for your life. And so what he was helping us to see was that there's so many parts of us. And so brilliantly he calls them, I call them double P, double SF, because I can't go through all of it every time like he does. But sociological, spiritual, physical, psychological, and financial. And until we get to the blend of how those all impact us and how our persona, who we really are, reacts to them, those changes we've been trying to make just don't hold. Because we so easily slip back into who we think we are. Not who we are, not who we are, but who we think we are, what we've been told we are. We've been teaching and going through this philosophy, some of us for many years. We're still trying to identify who we are, because new parts of us keep showing up. New parts of us show up because we haven't played it that way before. But you see, as we continue to evolve, there will be newer and newer experiences we're going to have. That unless we know ourselves, we don't know how to respond to. So the real baseline is in knowing who we are. The real baseline. It's not setting goals, setting objectives. It's really knowing why you're setting those goals and from what space are you setting those objectives. That then builds the whole temple of your being. So that you walk through the life experience, actually being the richness that this creative life force within you wants you to be. We were made for greatness. We were made to be that creative intelligence. We were made in the image and likeness of the divine. And falling short of what all that is. Falling short of that allows us to keep growing.